Okay, let's see. The day that the FF14 community imploded. We got this. We got this. I want to watch this first. We'll watch the Xenos one first. But let's see what he says. He has decent takes, but I feel like some of them are just like off. Let's see. Like I understand his point of view.
And
I don't agree with some of his takes, but I understand what he's saying at least. Like I can understand why he would say it, and like I agree with his. I accept his point of view. I just don't necessarily agree with his.
there are some good things about this and some bad things about this and some really fucking stupid things about this that I have a problem with. Hello,
Yeah.
this is Yoshi P. With the release of patch 6.11, Dragon Song's Reprise, we've heard concerns from
Okay,
players
let's
about the use of
see.
third-party
There's no
tools and the
breakdown.
potential for game server emulation. Game server emulation, dude. Holy shit. Dude, TPS used their own server and they couldn't get world first. But I would like to take this opportunity to formally address them. Please note that this will be a lengthy post containing difficult technical terminology and may not be of interest to the average player. Moreover, this announcement is meant to be read in its entirety, so I ask you please refrain from sharing excerpts of this text out of context. Okay, so use of third-party tools, as stated in the terms of service for Final Fantasy, the use of third-party tools is strictly prohibited. They have always said this. Players who are determined to be using third-party tools will have their accounts suspended or permanently banned for repeat offenses. They have never not said this. This is not new. Defining third-party tools. We have received requests from players asking that we define what tools are and aren't permissible, but to do so would require an assessment of all third-party tools available on the internet, as well as gaming devices and their functionality. Unfortunately, such an undertaking is physically impossible, which is why we decided to simply prohibit the use of all third-party tools and software. Now, this right here is fucking stupid. And you know why this is fucking stupid? Because Discord is a third-party tool. All of this.
See, this is what I mean about like ingenious. You know they don't mean stuff like this. Having a cell phone is a third-party tool. And you can't answer your phone while raiding. You can't stream and then have a phone call. Like this is disingenuous. You know specifically what they use. They mean all things that interact with the game directly. All third-party tools that interact with the game directly. Saying that voice chat interacts with the game directly is disingenuous. It does interact with the game? Not yes, but it mostly interacts with players in the game, so it's different. Interacts with the actual game is very different. To like interacting with players in the game.
Is a third-party tool. This web browser that I'm looking at is a third-party tool. Anything that is not 14 is a third-party tool. You could ask yourself, well, Discord's not a third-party tool. Bullshit, because Yoshi P fucking mentioned it in a couple live letters ago because he thought it was ridiculous, because technically it is a third-party tool, technically. But here's my issue.
But it is ridiculous to mention Discord. Of course, it's ridiculous when someone mentions Discord as a third-party tool when clearly that's not what they mean.
With this, okay, is that this right here, to say which is why we decided to simply prohibit the use of all third-party software, this is a lie. They do not give a shit if you use Discord. They cannot police you using Discord. They know 100%. They can't. They need to come up with a list of shit that people can use and people can't use, like Discord. You should be able to use Discord. Yeah, you should.
The problem with making a list is because, okay, you're not allowed to use ACT. Okay, change the name of ACT. I'm not using ACT, I'm using... It's like...
Use of tools that allow players to more easily complete content. Are you fucking telling me that that sometimes...
Again, I'm assuming he's gonna go with like Discord makes the content more easy because you can communicate with your team.
Type of VoIP doesn't help players easily.
Obviously, he went there, right? It's like, yeah, no, that's not what they mean.
Complete content? Yes, it does. So this is my problem with this. Anyway, let's continue. By the same token, it is impossible for us to check programs that are installed on every player's PC. That is why we cannot identify and reprimand offenders 100% of the time. To offer more clarity on our process, here are a few examples of the rule violations we prioritize for our investigation. Use of tools that allow players to more easily complete content. This is, you can put anything you want in this. No.
Yes, is it generalized? Yes, okay. And like, I think he's going like super tiny brain when he says something like Discord makes completing content more easily. Yes, so is like sitting next to your friend in a LAN party and like doing the content one next to the other. Does that? So is having 16 hours a day to play over someone who has only 2 hours. Yes, but like that's not what they mean. Clearly not what they mean, and it's like saying that that's what they mean is very disingenuous. And I know he's smarter than that, but he's basically saying how poorly defined the party tool, like the definitions are, and they should be a bit more specific.
No, shut the fuck up. You can't say, oh, well, no, he means this. Bullshit, shut the fuck up. You don't know that. We have...
Yes, That's what he means, right? Like it's the how they're wording it is the problem. Yeah, he's obviously like smarter than saying like he knows what he's saying.
To go by what they say, and they say all third-party programs, all, every single one. That's what they say. It's not, oh well, he doesn't mean this. Oh, he doesn't mean that. No. Shut the fuck up. You're not him. You didn't write this. You have no idea what the fuck they mean. I can tell you right now.
Yeah, if you go by like lawyer type of thinking, what it says is what it is. So like they can technically ban you for Discord if they really don't like you. Obviously, this shouldn't be the case, but obviously based on this, if they just don't like a player, right? I have a problem with this streamer. Yoshipi one day wakes up, it's like I know he's using Discord while he's gaming. Fuck it, ban him.
That Discord helps players complete content more than a fucking trigger. What would you rather have, Discord or a trigger? Because I can pretty much guarantee that everybody would rather have Discord. If you're gonna sit there and tell me that a trigger is more impactful than communicating with your team through voice, you are beyond stupid. I have used 2 triggers in the entirety of when I play this game, and one of them I recently used. The other one I used way back in UCOB, and that was because they designed the mechanic in such a fucking asinine way that you have to read the RP mechanic. They admitted that they fucked up. So don't fucking tell me that triggers are more impactful than Discord, because they're not. Just the fact that use of tools that allow players to more easily complete content, saying that Discord is not in this category. Oh, he didn't mean that. Bull fucking shit. Discord, TeamSpeak, Mumble, all of that crap, they all help you complete content easy. Anyway, modification of the UI to display additional information. Okay, this right here is fucking stupid. I'm gonna tell you why this is fucking stupid. Look at this shit right here. Look at this shit. Look how tiny this number is. What is this, a number for ants? Why can't I increase the size of the number? Why can't the fucking number be...
That's a problem with the UI. I understand. Also, you're a warrior, why do you have MP? I understand the argument, obviously. And again, I'm pretty sure that's not exactly what they mean. But based on like if you go word for word, like what it says in that, like let's go lawyer mode, right? Yes, it makes sense. Like this changing this number would be technically illegal and bannable. Yes.
Be over the entire...
Yes, there's a massive problem with the UI of the game. Yes. It's not that bad, but yes, it's a problem, and the mods make it better and easier to see. Yes, I agree.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. This should already be in the fucking game. I'm gonna be 37 in 8 days, okay? I'm old as fuck. I've already had LASIK once. I can't see shit. I need a bigger number. I need a hot bar for old people, okay? You know what else is fucking bullshit? Here, where you at, Blue? Let me invite you to the party. Let me invite you to the party, man. Let's say that I'm trying to protect Blue. Now, you see how he's got this right here? There should be a duration. You see this duration number? It should be under here, but it's not. It should already be in the fucking game, but it's not. See how this says 9 seconds here? Why doesn't this say 9 seconds here? The fact that they're trying to police people for doing that is ridiculous, in my opinion. It's absolutely ridiculous. I do not agree with this. I think it's dumb. I already know what you guys are saying. Yeah, they're gonna add them later, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get to that point.
But later is not now.
Use of packet spoofing tools. Okay, well, I don't know exactly what they're referring to here. Now,
this is teleporters. Lagging, purposefully lagging stuff.
This could be 14 Alexander. This could also be a speed hack. This could be all of those. My issue with this is that this game is not playable at the fucking ping that they say it is. Who the fuck wants to play this game at 150 ping? Dude, this game is not playable at that ping. It's fucking miserable and everybody knows it. Any actions or public statements that promote the use of third-party tools. All reports of such activity warrant investigation.
I would say the fourth one is really what people are getting banned for. Any action or any action that promote use of third-party tools, which is basically when streamers are not hiding their add-ons. That's promotion of third-party tools in their eyes, and I think that's what people are getting banned for, not the first 3. The first 3 are like a prerequisite, but the fourth one is what people are really getting banned for.
Accounts to be terminated in violation of the game's terms of service will be suspended or banned unless there is a significant change in the terms of service, which will publicly be announced. This rule as is. Okay, so if I get suspended in the next couple weeks, don't even be surprised, okay? I hope I don't get suspended, obviously, but if it happens, I'm not gonna be surprised. So this is basically saying, hey, I can't tell you, hey, go use ACT. But I've never done that anyway. I don't think other people have, because we don't use mods on the stream, okay? Yeah, I can see this because they don't want people like me or someone else saying, hey, yeah, go use ACT or you're bad, you should use ACT, all this shit. Packet spoofing tools, hacks and cheats and shit, yeah. But modification of the UI to display additional information, a majority of this shit.
What I wonder is, why is there a star on that? Yeah, like none of them have a star at the end. This one has a star on it at the end of the sentence. I don't know. I wonder what that means.
It's just quality of life, and I don't agree with this. Hacks, mods, and risk of infection.
Yes, I don't. I also don't agree that quality of life add-ons should be like a problem. That being said, if they want to take a stance of all or nothing, they should just go for nothing.
or alteration of a program that can allow for otherwise impossible things to happen. For 14, which relies on server-client communication, hacking is much more difficult than in other online MMOs. Moreover, our security measures are being improved upon constantly, and we will continue to bolster them in the future. Supplementary tools known as mods, however, can do a number of things such as display additional information sent by the 14 servers on screen, or send false packet information to change the location of characters. This is like a speed hack or something, maybe? In the case of the latter, we have systems in place to automatically check and inspect system logs, allowing us to immediately...
That's more of a teleportation, like in PvP stuff.
Take action when cheaters are discovered. Okay, well, this I don't believe 100%. And the reason why I don't believe this 100% is because of how many people still do it in like PvP and shit. I think that there are systems in place. I just think those systems suck big fucking gigabit.
Oh, 100%.
But whatever. I don't know. That's just my opinion. In short, the use of such tools will not allow players to automatically clear high-end content, yet carries a high risk of being penalized. So we ask you refrain from using them. We receive many inquiries regarding infection by virus and spyware that steal passwords after downloading third-party tools and plugins. To keep your system secure, we ask you exercise judgment and refrain from needlessly downloading third-party tools or software of unknown origins. Look, I'm not gonna say that they don't care if you get a virus on your game. They don't give a fuck about your computer.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
They don't care if you...
They just don't want to get the emails about it.
You get a fucking virus, dude. Anyway, enhancement to the HUD and other UI elements. We believe that people use the aforementioned tools to expand the HUD and display more information because they feel existing functions are insufficient for tackling high-end duties.
100%.
100%. In
100%.
We intend to review the most prominent tools, and in order to discourage their use, endeavor to enhance the functionality of the HUD. Though it will take some time, we're determined to make it happen, not least for the benefit of those who play on consoles.
This is good. The problem is it's not here now.
This is really good. They see something and people like it and it's useful. It's a quality of life. This is really good. Like I said earlier, there is a mod that will let you see these numbers, this duration right here. That mod is amazing. It is not a cheat. It is a quality of life that should already be in the fucking game, but it is not. So hopefully they implement something like this in the future. That's the good part. Here's the bad part. Apparently, a Japanese player was banned. A user who was in the middle of capturing the Dragon Poetry War by projecting an external tool went to prison during distribution. Holy shit, man, this word is so fucking metal. So apparently this person, they were using a UI mod and then they go to jail. There's a couple
That's not why. It's not the UI mod.
Problems. The first problem is that one, a UI mod does not affect anybody else. It only affects you. And up until now, their stance has been, look, as long as you are not toxic and are not cheating, then you're fine. Just don't tell people. Now, I don't know the entire context.
But he told people. He's using ACT. He's showing his DPS meters on there. And it's not that he didn't tell people. He doesn't need to. He's a streamer.
Of this situation, but I have done the Dragon Song Ultimate, and let me tell you, when you're in this Ultimate, you're not thinking about harassing other people. You're not thinking about anything else besides how fucking miserable and difficult this fight is. That's the only thing you're thinking about. You are hard focused. You're in no me mode. You're in, I really want to clear this shit and get the fuck out. I don't care about being toxic to the guy who called my DPS shit because I'm in here and I'm going to clear before him, so fuck him. That's where your mind is. Here's the problem.
That's not what it's about. That's literally about the toxicity that the DPS meter shows.
This guy got banned for a UI mod, and in the past, they have not cared about that. So they have changed their stance on that. That is an issue. Let's see, he was streaming with add-ons when SE Announce dropped, and there were multiple posts on 5chan saying things like, paraphrasing, hey, let's see if we can get these streamers banned. If SE doesn't ban the streamer, I won't believe in what they say about not allowing add-ons. So I'm guessing there was a report brigade. A couple of hours later, the suspension happened. I'd recommend avoid streaming on Twitch with add-ons until the dust settles. Looking at the screenshot, he was using simple tweaks for party buff timers, some plugin that lets you track other people's CDs, and ACT. Look, man, if...
And ACT... And he was showing it. Literally, go back to that point where it says actions that promote add-ons.
5chan did that, they did that. That part doesn't matter. Like, on all places of the internet, a company or, you know, a game or whatever it is will tell you, no, it's fine. There's no such thing as mass reporting. There is. You can mass report anybody in any world, any game, anything online, and it will work. It will work eventually, okay? What matters is the fact that this happened. This person was using a UI mod, and he got banned. Now, like I said, I don't know the full context, so maybe this person was being toxic. But when I looked over this, there was not a single comment or anything stating that this person was being toxic. In the past, they said that as long as you're not harassing anybody and you're not cheating, we don't care. Then they go to say this: we intend to review the most prominent tools, and in order to discourage their use, endeavor to enhance the functionality of the HUD. Okay, here's my problem. So they see this guy using a mod, they're like, we're gonna ban you, but we're gonna implement this feature later.
See, this is the same argument of like people who are in jail or like fined for weed smoking, like a month before weed became legal. It's the same argument, right? Like, it was illegal at the time.
What? Are you kidding me? Here's my question. If the community had never made that mod, would they have implemented it? Absolutely fucking not. They would have never fucking done it.
True.
So basically, this guy's like the sacrificial lamb.
And if people weren't smoking weed so much, it wouldn't be illegal either. Yeah. And because people are smoking it so much, and because there's so much studies on the benefits of weed, and because it's used for cancer treatment, they're like, fuck it, make it legal. And now weed is legal in some locations. Here, I believe it is legal, actually. And yeah, so there you have it. But if people who got fined and paid their fines and went to jail and spent their time in jail, are you gonna recompense them? No, because what they did at the time was illegal. They were just used as the test subjects, unfortunately.
So I feel bad for this guy. So they basically
It
ban
sucks,
this
but
motherfucker
yes.
and then say, but we like the mod though. Yoink. You're banned, but we like the mod. That's literally what they did, and that's fucking bullshit. That's not right. They know it's not right. You know it's not right, and I know it's not. That's not right. How the fuck are you gonna ban somebody for using something, and then you're gonna implement it in the game? You could have just gave the guy a warning and said, yo, we know.
They gave, here's the thing, they gave the warnings. They gave them for a very long time. They just didn't say when they're gonna like come to collect.
You're using this. We're telling you you can't use it yet, but we're going to implement this later. This is a warning for you to stop using it, but we will implement it later. That's what they should have done. I've been in this guy's shoes, man. Try to put yourself in this player's shoes. He's mid-prog of the new content that came out. This person's not harassing anybody. Okay, again, I just want to be clear. If this person was being a piece of shit, then yeah, okay, he fucking deserves to get banned. But to my knowledge, based on the information that we have, this player wasn't doing that. They were just literally progging the fight. They get yoinked, they get pulled out of the fight mid-pull, and then they get told, yo, you're banned for 10 days for using a feature that we're going to implement later. If you don't want the players to use the mod, then give them a warning. Do a 10-day ban.
They gave the warnings multiple times on a lot of different letters.
10 days. That's over a week. Those of you that think this is funny, like you've probably never been in this situation before, but it's not. It's really not. And it's not fair. Here is another fucked up part about this whole situation. They've been okay with it in the past. So basically, Square Enix is in a position where they can do no wrong.
I would say not really. I would say they've never been okay with it as long. It's like, are you okay with people jerking off to like fucking animal porn or some shit? Probably not. But if they do in their own basement, they don't tell anyone, then you know you don't care and they don't care, whatever. Like, and it's fine. No one knows. That's fine, right? People who watch hentai, whatever. It's like whatever you want, right? Doesn't matter. Whatever you find is like something you shouldn't watch, right? Legal lollies as you know adult material. That's something that's like, as long as you don't know about it, you don't care about it, right? It's like, it's only when you know. Now, you know, it's more prevalent, it's more visual, and yeah, they don't like it.
Say no, you can't use third-party pro.
Honestly, right now, if you go to any streamer of Final Fantasy, well, not right now, but it's like before this happened, almost every streamer of Final Fantasy had add-ons on. I think they just don't like it, and also because it gained a lot more popularity, they see it a lot more, and you have more Final Fantasy streamers getting a lot of views. Now imagine before you had like, well, 100 views on Final Fantasy, you had like maybe 10 streamers that get 100 views, and then the rest are like at like 10. You have 1,000 people out of like 1,000,000 people who are watching Final Fantasy. Like, yeah, I don't care if these people know about add-ons, but now you have hundreds of people streaming Final Fantasy, and you have thousands and millions of people watching these streams, watching these highlights on YouTube and stuff like that, and they see add-ons, they're like, oh shit, how do I get it? They YouTube the guide to how to set it up. Now you have more and more people using add-ons. You're actually advertising add-ons without advertising add-ons.
Programs. But on the other hand, it's like this little secret between all of us, right? Yeah,
and I'm not gonna lie,
be toxic.
The DPS add-on looks fucking great. I want it on my stream just aesthetic-wise, it looks so good.
They don't care. The mods don't care. The devs don't care. They don't care. Nobody cares. Just don't be toxic. But now they have switched it. Now they do care. And no one can complain because they've always said that third party is not acceptable. Well, then why the fuck did you keep saying gray area? Did you keep saying don't talk about it? Yoshi P basically said it's okay to use, just don't harass people. He basically said that.
Basically doesn't mean he said that exactly. He said he doesn't want to know about it. Again, streamers are showing it over and over. That's the same as talking about it. You don't have to talk about it, you know?
And now they're changing their stance. Dude, just be honest with the player. Say, no, you cannot use this. Yes, you can use this. It's okay to tell people that they can't use certain shit and they can use some stuff. Anyway, going on. High-end duties and world races. It goes without saying that we're aware of world races for high-end duties. As the developers, we're proud to have grown into one of the few games where they're held, and it delights us to see so many players participate as well as spectate with great interest. Okay, now before I go on, I'm going to say that streaming this prog was, I want to say, the most hype and best time I've had streaming Final Fantasy. The community between the streamers. This is why this whole thing is fucked up. I don't even think that they've acknowledged the World First team. I know some guys in the World First team. They're amazing players, really awesome guys. They played ridiculous. They deserved the win hands down. They earned it. They were insane. You can't really say anything else. The fact that they didn't acknowledge it was fucked up. Streaming this prog was some of the greatest, if not the greatest, Twitch experience I've had in Final Fantasy. It was just insane because it just really felt like that all the groups were progging together. That's what it felt like to me. Other groups were a little bit ahead. Other groups were really far ahead. Other groups were behind. Other groups were in the middle. Some groups that were ahead, they kind of fell down. Some groups that were down, they got ahead. It was an amazing experience. The fact that there was so much support from so many players. If you were not here during that 2 weeks of the ultimate progression, you missed out. That was
Not really. I saw some of it and I was like, it wasn't something that I found very interesting. I don't know. I can't watch like stuff like that. Like it's boring. It's like over and over. It's like imagine being the player doing it for that many hours. Like fuck, that's draining, man. Who wants to do that? Fuck my life. I'd rather wait for the fucking guide. And again, if I had the whole fucking day to myself doing whatever, and like I could actually do that, yeah, maybe I would like find more interesting. But it's like, fuck, man, I have fucking life priorities. I ain't got time to sit on my ass and 8 hours to wipe. I don't have the patience. Like, if you do everything right and your team fucks up, man, I ain't got time for that shit, man. I got places to be. If I have nothing better to do that day, yeah, fuck it. We can wipe all day. I don't give a shit.
Was some of the most wholesome shit that I've seen in this fucking game, okay? And I'm so like grateful to be a part of that. Just this.
No, the most wholesome shit you've seen in this game was probably when when Ardbert sacrificed himself. Told like when you fused with Ardbert, and literally you and the chat were crying. That's probably the most wholesome thing I can say. Or Heidelin, yeah, Heidelin walking the walk, let's call it. That was very wholesome. Everyone was crying for that shit.
The stuff that you guys were saying, dude. Village burnt down. Peepo arrived. Baldo got wigged. Peepo arrived. Banana peeled. Peepo arrived. Dude, it just really felt like everybody was progging at the same time. To me, it felt like all the different groups were experiencing this together. We're in this together. When one group cleared,
and I'm happy for them.
Like
but
Banana's
like...
group cleared. He hosted me. We cleared. I hosted Haru. Haru cleared. I don't know who the fuck it was just chaining these clears together. That is fucking awesome. Anyway, but a race should be fair. And our
Haru cleared? Really? I'm surprised about that.
Earnest wish the participants don't use third-party tools. Indeed, we've only released duties that have proven can be beaten with the game standard features. Look, I'm not going to get into it, like the fairness of a race. And look, man, nothing in life is fucking fair. Nothing in life is fair. No race is fair. No competition is fair. Nothing is fair. A person with a mega PC is going to completely dumpster somebody on a PS4 or PS5 or whatever. Like, just shut up. Just shut up. Without a doubt. Patch 6.11's Dragon Song is the hardest duty we've ever created. Yo, I think that's true. Some may compare it to the unending coil of Bahamut. I thought this was harder than Coil, even when Coil was relevant. But taking into account our players' improved skill, the increased number of actions, and the more complex mechanics, this latest ultimate entry has the edge. To be able to conquer it in such a short time requires great individual prowess, teamwork, and support, and you can consider this gamer thoroughly impressed. Because such races are unofficial. So here's what I don't understand. So they say this, right? But a race should be fair. But then they say, because such races are unofficial. If it's unofficial, then who fucking cares? Like, why?
What do you mean? A race should still be fair, regardless if it's like, I don't get it. Why would the race not be fair if it's unofficial? That doesn't make any sense. If it's not a fair race, doesn't matter if it's official or not. It's not a race. It's an unfair race. Huh? It's like if someone starts running, but he started like a kilometer ahead of the other guy, and you only need to run like 2 kilometers. Guess what? It's not a fair race. It's not official, but it's not a fair race, so it's fine.
Why are you contradicting yourself? Like, then who cares? We usually limit our involvement to some comments after a number of teams have cleared the duty. By offering our congratulations via the official Twitter and confirming timestamps, we want to recognize your achievements and contribution to community excitement. However, if our recognition encourages excessive completion and controversy to the extent that players resort to third-party tools, I regret to say we may have to reconsider making comments in the future. Okay, well, this is fucked up. Neverland played out of their fucking minds. They're amazing players. They should have at least got a picture of Yoshi P going. They should have at least got that. Now, their videos were taken down. To my knowledge.
Again, PR reason, they can't do it. Right? If they're gonna start banning people for that, they legit cannot endorse it at the same time. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if he wants to, he literally cannot. It's like, it's a public thing. Right? It's like he can't just be like, yo guys, good job. Now we're gonna have to ban all of you, but like, hey, good job, you guys cleared. Fucking, I'm so happy for you, I'm so proud of you, but here's a ban. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. And or doing that while banning other players. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
There were some videos taken down. I don't know if the videos were taken down because of the triggers.
He has to take a stance. Either he bans or either he doesn't. And if he doesn't, he can congratulate. If he bans, he can't congratulate at that point. Like, that's just weird.
I've heard both. I've heard music and both. And you know what, honestly, for those of you that are like, no, it's definitely the triggers. Really? With all the DMCA shit, is it definitely because of the triggers? Because there are people that got DMCA listening to in-game music. So it's not that crazy. And in the TOS, they say that if...
Can you even get DMCA'd for listening to in-game music? By who? Pretty sure Final Fantasy allows you to listen to in-game music.
You stream Final Fantasy, you have to play the music. But then you get DMCA for the music. I need to put something on my...
Answer. short answer is no. Using someone else's copyright material without permission to use the content in question is a copyright violation, and that includes video game music. There have been instances of streamers getting DMCA takedown notice for in-game music, and even can you play it on Twitch? You may not to stream or distribute the materials where the primary purpose is to listen to FF14's audio soundtracks. You may not use the songs titled Answers, Dragon Song, or Revolutions. Really? Final Fantasy XIV is comprised of materials such as art, text, and logos that are copyrighted and/or trademarked. Square Enix Co., Ltd. and Square Enix Inc. Collectively, Square Enix grants you permission to utilize certain materials as specified below. The materials on a non-commercial basis for the purpose of supporting and developing the Final Fantasy XIV community in accordance to the following terms and conditions. Blah 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 blah. All art, logos, da da da. License applies to the following: copyright and trademark. Okay. Yes, all of it is trademark. Okay, so what I think is happening is, well, you can't sell it. You may not use the material to promote other commercial products. That's fine. You may not materially alter or modify the materials, except you may add your own voiceover, and you may edit, combine, mash up, mix, and match the materials with other. Okay, so that's where you can do the mixing on YouTube. Paid membership or reviewing. You may not. Okay, that's where it is. No, that doesn't apply to Twitch. Not split our video or distribute components as separate assets. Not combine or synchronize the materials with third-party materials alongside third-party. Video must not contain racist. Okay, so basically I would say you can't use their music as music. You can use the music as long as it's within the game. So it's like if you're doing a zone that has a certain song, that's fine. But you can't just like play a certain song in the background the whole fucking stream, which has nothing to do with the zone or something like that.
Attention, word, attention. Are you listening to me? I will communicate to you like this. Because of the ridiculousness of the situation, I feel it necessary for me to speak to you in this manner because I can only communicate you through ridiculous means. I think Square Enix should reevaluate some of their decisions. That's what I think. All right, anyway, data mining and screenshot leaks. Due to an oversight on the development team's part, modeled data for the Dragon Songs Reprise was present in patch 6.0 data. This data was mined, and the appearance of the final raid boss was made public. Such data is normally masked and cannot be discovered, but this time it slipped through our checks. Ooh. Community gotcha. In addition, at virtually the same time, the patch released a screenshot from a phase that players had yet to reach was leaked. We believe it came from an insider and are in the middle of a thorough investigation. We refrained from making this known earlier because it would make the investigation more difficult if the suspect were aware of it. Holy moly. Such leaks are utterly unacceptable, for they not only undermine the efforts of the development and operation teams, but also take away from our players' enjoyment. Okay, well this is just wrong, because when I saw that leak, I was so excited.
Dude, I highly agree. In my opinion, again, and I said this I think during the Zepla video, in my opinion, leaks, spoilers, and shit like that are actually, like, they don't really matter. You would be just as excited seeing it during, like, if you're excited by seeing the leak, you would have been just as excited seeing it happen. In my opinion, the process of getting to that leak is what matters, like 99% of the time. So it's like, I don't think it took away the enjoyment. When you see, let's say, Dragon King Thornton as a leak or as a final, like as you progress, I think you're gonna have the same excitement. Honestly, you might have more excitement during the league because you have more time to look at it. Whereas, like, if it happens during the ultimate, you're like, oh fuck, another phase, let's go.
Apply to everybody. I love leaks. I love spoilers, okay? So look, man, if you don't like leaks and spoilers, then that's fine. That's fine. But a lot of us do, and I fucking loved it, all right? So don't pool us all together. Previously, when a major leak occurred prior to the release of Shadowbringers, we succeeded in identifying the culprit and took legal action. That there has been another leak, despite this, is deeply concerning. And in addition to bringing the offender to account, we'll take measures to prevent a repeat of the situation. Now, be it graphical resource or something else, there may be legal ramifications for mining private data via illicit means with the intent to make it public. Perhaps due to high interest, however. We've been seeing websites that openly release mined graphical data. Ooh, oh, man. Yo, those discords are in shambles right now. Imagine being in a data mine Discord. You're one, they know that you're publicly releasing it, and two, you're using it a third-party program. That's two strikes. That's two strikes, man. They're shaking, dude. As a show of our admiration for those who clear ultimate raids, we designed their reward weapons to be as eye-catching as possible. Okay, all right, look, man. All right, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Okay, this weapon kind of looks like dog shit. Like, if you were to show this weapon to a person that didn't play Final Fantasy, they would be like, what the fuck is that? Is this like a hammer? Is this a big pancake? What the fuck is that?
I agree. I don't like almost any of the weapons from this ultimate. I feel it should be a bit bigger. I feel like the glowing should be more on the corners, not so much in the middle. Stuff like that.
They would not think this is a fuck.
And honestly, that's very similar to the what's it called? To the T weapons. The T weapons, in my opinion, most of them are just like once they're drawn out, they're too confusing. The clocks are everywhere, like you can't even see what the weapon is.
Fucking axe, okay? Do I think it looks cool? I think that bits and pieces of this look cool, but like the fucking texture of this shit, like look at the texture and the colors of this garbage, dude. This is fucking trash. They could have made this so much better. And why the fuck did they choose this flesh peachy color? Why couldn't they choose blue or red? Or why couldn't this have a fucking Nidhogg eye in it, you know? Why couldn't this be like the Soul Edge from Soul Calibur or like William Birkin's arm with the big eye in it? You know, this should have like a dragon eye. You literally fight the two dragon's eyes. This is the basic model with a shitty effect. This doesn't make any sense. That's my personal opinion on the weapons. Widely spread their images outside of game could diminish players'
Not too excited about the weapons, to be honest.
I knew they looked like shit, but that didn't discourage me at all. Who the fuck does ultimate for the weapon? Who the fuck does ultimate just for the weapon? Ugh.
I would do ultimate just for the weapons.
Do it for the fight, man. Okay, I made this request.
I honestly no. I would not do it for the fight. Like, it's the fights usually are more of a hassle than they are like a challenge. Like usually dealing with people's mistakes. Yeah, sometimes I make mistakes too, but it's like most times dealing with people's mistakes. And it's like I just want what I want from it. Who would do the ARR relic quest line if they don't want the fucking weapon, man? What else would you do it for?
Quest before I make it again, please refrain from disseminating mind data. I can try my best to see this from Yoshi's perspective. The feeling of like seeing something for the first time, I believe he cherishes that. And the first clears, seeing something for the first time, that only happens once. However, that mentality is not applicable to every person. Like me, that's not applicable to me. I don't do ultimate just for the weapon. I don't do ultimate for the shitty fucking title, dude. The heavens legend, dude. Like, dude, fuck off. Shallow stuff like that doesn't appeal to everyone. When I do content, there is a feeling that I get, that rush of adrenaline. That is why I want to do the fight.
Well, I agree it doesn't apply to everyone, but let's leave this. If it doesn't apply to you, you wouldn't care either way. And the people who does apply to, they would care. So, in that regard, you would rather not disseminate mind data.
That feeling of clearing it the first time. You can't data mine that feeling. I understand.
Again, I don't understand that nerdgasm. Never got it. It's so weird to me. I hear the nerdgasms when people clear certain things, and I was like, it's usually for me, it's like, finally it's over. Not woo, party time. Like, I don't, like, it's so weird.
Why he cherishes this so much, but it's not applicable to every person. This is never going to happen, and I feel sorry for him to have to keep repeating himself. He says, please refrain from data mining shit. That's never going to happen. There's always going to be some person, some Discord server, some that will data mine this shit and spread it, okay? It happens in movies, in games. It happens everywhere, okay? I respect that he says this, I do, because I think that his perspective is in the right place. I really do, because some people, they really cherish seeing like the transition for the first time. They want to see it themselves first. I get it. It's just, that's not the same mentality. That's everybody's mentality. Basically, I just wanted to say that,
doesn't matter. If it's not your mentality, you don't care.
Leaks outlined above have led to some speculate that groups may have used as server emulators to figure out progression timelines for the battle. However, 14 is run by a variety of independent groups operating on a multitude of specialized servers, so to completely emulate its server environment outside our infrastructure is impossible. It would cost tens of millions of yen just to obtain the necessary servers. Without these servers and their proprietary programming, while one could potentially pull the client software and display model data and the like, the game itself will not operate. Even if one were to somehow accomplish such a feat, it would still be physically impossible to run the unique programming introduced in the servers upon the application of each patch before the patch is even released. The progression timeline for each duty exists solely within the server-side code and is never included in the patch data downloaded to players' clients. I apologize for any undue concern caused by these rumors, which themselves were sparked by the aforementioned leaks, and once again assure you that we will conduct a full investigation to prevent this from happening in the future. This right here just leads me to believe that they're disconnected from the community. They don't have sarcasm in their culture. Okay, well then that could be it too. It's either a cultural thing, disconnected from the community, but basically, man, no one actually thought this. No one actually thought this. The server emulation portion of this is just ridiculous. Okay, you got me. Okay, you got me. You got me. There was a very brief moment of weakness in me where I thought that people couldn't be that stupid. My bad. Of course they can. Of course they can. If you ever thought that server emulation was a thing, it's not. In conclusion, thanks to our devoted warriors of life, Final Fantasy XIV has grown into a titan among games. That is true. This means that it's now home to players from all walks of life, and not just longtime 14 fans, but those who have recently come to join us from a myriad of other games communities as well. Yeah. Why they gotta throw that shade in there, man? Come on, dog. Why you gotta throw that shade in there, dude? Come on, dude. Many more eyes are now on 14, and posting about it garners a deal of attention, which has changed how information is shared online and spreads throughout the player base. With this in mind, I would like to encourage the development of a strong 14 community by continuing to provide commentaries on today. Truly, I cannot apologize enough for the many mistakes that were made in 6.1, the resulting disappointment in such a major patch. Nevertheless, we intend to forge ahead so that
I'm not sure what many mistakes happened in 6.1. Like, I'm really like kind of confused about that.
14 may continue to bring joy to as many players as possible. Hope you will stay with us on this journey. It's just so weird sometimes to me because I thought 6.1 was the best patch in like years.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't play Samurai and I don't really care about housing. So maybe it wasn't the best patch in years.
I honestly don't think the Samurai change was even that bad. Like, what's bad about the Samurai change? Now you just have to like use your fucking gauge more often on the attack. What's the problem with that? Instead of the, you know, like I get it. Like maybe Samurai elitists are like, oh well, the bad samurais ruined it for everyone. It's like, bro, get over it. The bad samurais will still be bad. Like they mess up their fucking what do you call it? Seal gathering or whatever it's called.
Overall, this patch was an absolute banger. Just real quick, I'm just going to recap just some of the things that I think. No meme here. They need to be extremely black and white and come up with a list of things that players can do and what players can't do. This will help not only the community, but also the dev, like the community and dev relationship.
The devs know. I don't know if you're talking about the mods. The mod devs know what shouldn't be. So if all of the changes were just UI, no one would care. I 100% sure. 99.9. I'm never 100% sure. 99.9% sure. If the changes were just UI, I don't think anyone would care.
We know what we can use and what we can't use instead of this bullshit gray area, it would help everybody a lot because basically what we have now helps nobody and it just pisses everybody off. So they go on to say that they're actually going to improve the HUD, but at the same time, they ban this person for 10 days for using a feature that they're going to implement later. I think
that's not why. I am 99% sure again. I am very sure that is not why they banned him.
Fucked up. I think that's beyond fucked. I think that's overly fucking mean, very extremely forceful. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous, okay? I also think that this is a stupid stance too, but a race should be fair, and at the same time, because such races are unofficial. Okay, so you want an unofficial race to be fair. That just doesn't make any sense to me, man.
How is it? Does it not make sense though? I'm baffled. Like I know he's a smart guy, but like how does it not make sense? Any race that is not fair is not a race. Race is by default needs to be fair.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. For the people that think that all mods are cheating, we will probably never agree. For the people
100%. Not all mods are cheating. People who say it are disingenuous and they're just like, small brain.
People that think that a UI mod is cheating, it just makes the game better. It's not cheating.
Yes.
It doesn't make you a better player. It's literally a quality of life, okay? And some things are stupid. Let me give you an example.
Does it make you a slightly better player? Yes, but is it anything like noticeable? No, not really.
Why is it that Warrior has a beast gauge, but they don't have a Storm's Eye counter? Why is that? Storm's Eye is the buff. On the same hand, a ninja has a Huton counter. Why does a ninja have Huton counter, but a Warrior doesn't have a Storm's Eye counter? Why can you not make your specific debuffs bigger so you can see them? When you use an ability, you see this little tiny number here? This number is for ants. Who the fuck can see that? You need a magnifying glass to see this shit. Why is it so taboo that this number can't cover the entire skill? I don't get it. The number's there, it's just obnoxiously small. It makes no sense why the number's that small. Why is it so small? Fuck me, I'm having a flashback to some days. Fuck. Okay, anyway, it should just be bigger. There's no reason why it can't be bigger. That's my issue. I don't agree with this modification of the UI to display additional information. I flat out don't agree with this, okay? Use of tools that allow players to more easily complete content. This can literally be
It depends how you want to read it. Display additional information. If the number is there and it's just bigger, technically it's not additional information. It's clear information. Additional information would be showing information that you would not normally get displayed. I can't think off the top of my head on something, but probably something along the line of like information that an ability is coming up or something like that. That should not be displayed. But technically it says additional information. That information is not additional. It is displayed.
This is not descriptive. This is the.
But I'm playing like devil's advocate in a very tiny brain kind of manner. I mean, if this applies to like the numbers being small, then yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, it should it should be applied by now.
Descriptive sentence I've fucking ever read in my life, okay? This doesn't tell us anything. Because technically Discord falls into this category, and we all know that they don't mean Discord, but based on this is all we have to go off of.
Yeah.
And technically they do mean Discord because this is in the fucking statement. That's just my summary. I feel that this person
in lawyer terminology, he would be right. Yes.
Was made
if this was a trial, he would be right.
I just think it's kind of fucked up. You know, overall, I think that they handled some of this stuff very poorly. I think that some of the wording on this needs to be fixed. I think that their handling of this person's account was bad. I don't agree with this. This doesn't actually define anything. So this whole section right here doesn't actually tell us much. Anyway.
It does. It actually does. The first 3 are not what people are getting banned for. The first 3 are a groundwork for the 4th one. That's it. The 4th one is what people are getting banned for. It's simple as that. If you don't show your add-ons, you will not get banned. And that's all it is. Any action that promotes use of third-party tools. Right? Public statement means like you're talking about it. Any action means showing it. Any action that promotes use of third-party tools, GG. That's it. And any one of these 3 will apply at that point. You are not showing Discord. So technically, right, they can't prove that you were using Discord.
That's it. That's it.
A good video, obviously. I agree and disagree on some stuff. I think it's not so much disagree, it's more like a different understanding of the terms. Some things are a bit, but yeah. Either way, good video. All right, that's one less drama to watch. Okay, next video.